particles flying all over the place, and that is getting on your toothbrush. And then you take that same toothbrush and you put it in your mouth. That's disgusting. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be talking about my favorite hygiene products. I feel like as women we should all have our staple products just because that's how we smell good. It's good for our pH, and yeah, just overall hygiene in general is just a good look. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. What's up? How you doing? Hey girl, hey. I'm not really gonna ramble too much. I want to get right into the video because I do have a few things and I don't want this video to be too long. With that being said, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so I'm actually going to start with oral hygiene first because I feel like that's one of the most important. I mean, all of them are important equally, but oral hygiene is definitely important, especially to me because I speak to people every day, and I have this fear that I'm gonna talk to somebody and my breath might not be on point. Like, I do not play those games like that. I'm not doing it. My favorite toothpaste that I like to use is the Arm & Hammer Advanced White. I like this because it has the baking soda in it, and it neutralizes acid that is in your mouth. By the way, this is not sponsored, but the way I'm gonna talk about this toothpaste is probably gonna sound like a sponsor, but I promise these are all my opinions. Like, I really love this stuff. So I switched to this toothpaste about 3 or 4 months ago, and before that I was actually using the Colgate, the Optic White, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the one that's in the red tube. And I liked it, but I would feel like I would have to brush my teeth after like eating certain foods, or after a couple of hours of maybe being at work and talking to people and all of that. I would feel like my mouth just wasn't fresh anymore, or my breath just wasn't fresh anymore. So I will either have to eat a piece of gum, or I would feel like I have to brush my teeth. This toothpaste, I'm telling you, I never have that feeling. I don't know if it's the baking soda. I don't know what it is. But I feel like my mouth is fresh all day, no matter what I eat, no matter what I drink, and no matter how long I've been talking. Like, I just feel like this I don't think I will ever use another toothpaste. And then on top of that, look at my teeth. Like, people think that I got my teeth whitened, or they think that I have like veneers or something like that, but I don't. Like, this is all my natural teeth, and it just comes from my toothpaste and, you know, brushing my teeth. I will say that when you first start to use this, it is nasty because it's very bitter, and it has to neutralize the acid in your mouth again. So it does not taste good the first time that you use it, but it does get better after like a couple of days. And ever since then, I don't think I'll ever use another toothpaste. Like, this is absolutely amazing. One time I ran out and I had to use the Colgate that my mom has, and I hated it. Like, yeah, no. Like, I've tried to go back to Colgate after using this, and it just wasn't working. So the next thing that I use as far as oral hygiene is, of course, toothbrushes. Now, personally, I don't really think that the type of toothbrush you use matters when you brush your teeth, at least not from my personal experience. And the only reason why I say that is because I actually went to school for dental hygiene, but I chose not to continue just because I lost the passion for it. But one thing that I did learn in school is that it's not necessarily about the toothbrush that you use, it's more so about how you brush your teeth. Because I've had an expensive electric toothbrush, and then I've had these little $5 manual toothbrushes, and I personally feel like me scrubbing my teeth manually works a lot better than the electric toothbrush. And I don't know why, that's just my personal preference. And I actually buy toothbrushes in multi-packs because you're actually supposed to change your toothbrush every 3 months. A lot of people don't know that, but yes, you are. And that can definitely affect how fresh your breath is, and it can affect your oral hygiene as well. If you don't believe me, Google it. If you have an electric toothbrush, you should be changing out the head. I like these ones because they actually come with protective caps. Another important thing about dental hygiene, make sure your toothbrush has a cap on it. Like, I cringe when I go to people's houses and their toothbrush is sitting out and it doesn't have a lid on it. You need to put a cap on your toothbrushes. Why? Because when people brush their teeth, they go in the bathroom, they're washing their hands and all of that, there is particles flying all over the place, and that is getting on your toothbrush. And then you take that same toothbrush and you put it in your mouth. That's disgusting. Mouthwash is another important staple in my dental hygiene health. I don't really care what brand it is. I feel like they all work the same as long as it is minty. If you don't want to, you know, pay $5 for a bottle of Listerine, then just get this. They're just like $2 at the dollar store. And I get the big bottles because, again, I use this every single day, so I run through them very, very fast, and that is the reason why I just go ahead and invest in the bigger one. My favorite flavor is the blue mint, so I always search for the Listerine that is the light blue or turquoise, because it has like a really sweet flavor to it, but it's not like overpowering or bitter like the ones that are like yellow. I just do not feel like my mouth is fresh if I don't use Listerine. Like, I don't know, and some people say that they hate the alcohol feeling or whatever, but I love it. I love it to death. Like, I don't feel like my mouth is clean if I don't feel that burning sensation from the alcohol, because what it's doing is killing any bacteria that you have left in your mouth from when you brushed your teeth. And because I use the Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste, it actually neutralizes a lot of the acid and the bacteria. So by the time I get to the point of using Listerine, it doesn't burn as much, opposed to before I started using the Arm & Hammer. But I mean, there's a slight burn, but it's now nowhere as intense, and it's just because, again, it neutralizes the acids and the bacteria. So when you get to the Listerine part, it's not as intense. And then the other important thing that you should be using when you are working on oral hygiene is, of course, floss. I don't have it with me because it's in my mom's room, but you can either use the string floss or you can use the little floss toothpicks. We prefer the little floss toothpicks because you can just use them and throw them away, and I feel like they're a lot more gentle than the string. I hate using the string. I'm perfectly honest, but I do like the little floss picks. I feel like they're super, super convenient. So yeah, what I use for oral hygiene is gum, of course, but I don't use just any gum. It has to be sugar-free gum because, again, we don't do cavities. No ma'am. And I'm definitely not eating no gum that tastes like fruit. That is for children. If you really want to keep your oral hygiene up to par, you need to be eating mint gum if you need it. And personally, I like to use it after I've had lunch or something that I know is heavily seasoned or has a lot of potent vegetables like onions and garlic. I eat a lot of onions, I eat a lot of garlic. So that's why my oral hygiene is very important to me, because I know the things that I eat and I'm not gonna be around nobody. And I know I've been eating other stuff. I love hot chips, I love pickles, I love vinegary things. Like, I love all that stuff that's gonna have your mouth like, whoa. So yeah, very important to have this. And I like to get the big pack because I go through this very fast as well. And on top of that, I have like friends and family that are always around me that always ask for a piece of gum, and so, you know, this is really easy to share with as well. The last thing that I have to say about oral hygiene: make sure that you are going to get your teeth cleaned, and make sure you're visiting your dentist every 6 months. So on top of changing your toothbrush every 3 months, you need to be going to the dentist every 6 months to get a cleaning. If you have cavities or if you have any rotting teeth or anything like that, get them removed, because you keeping them in your mouth is not only unhealthy, you run the risk of yourself becoming septic from the bacteria that is going to build up. But again, I'm not a dental expert. I went to school for dental hygiene, but I am not certified. So this is all strictly my opinion, and it's also based off stuff that I have learned. But for the most part, everything that I've said so far is definitely important when you are dealing with your oral hygiene. So yeah, that is pretty much all that I have for oral hygiene. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to do, this one is probably going to be the longest segment because I do use a few things for my body. So first and foremost, we'll start with the soaps that I like to use. So I always opt for Dove. Dove is probably one of my favorite soaps to use because I have very sensitive skin, and I don't like any soaps that are going to potentially have me itching or breaking out or anything like that. And then on top of that, I don't want any soaps that are going to dry me out either. I find Dove is really the only soap that I can use that does not dry me out and makes me feel moisturized and clean all in one. And then I like to use the coconut butter and cocoa butter fragrance. Honestly, I like all of the Dove fragrances. There's not one that I've used that I don't really care for. I like that their fragrances are not super harsh. Some of them are, but they're not like overbearing. Like they definitely have the ones that are like toned down. They have the one for like sensitive skin, and then of course they have the cocoa butter one, and then they have a shea butter one as well that I like to use. All right, and the next soap that I like to use is Ivory. So my mom actually put me onto this soap. This soap you can find it in the dollar store, you can find it Walmart, wherever. If you don't want to use Dove, because I know sometimes Dove can be pricey depending on, you know, your needs, I will say that Ivory is another good option. I like Ivory because it's not heavily scented. It's actually a very gentle soap. It has a fragrance to it, but it's not like overbearing. So nothing that's gonna throw off her pH. This is for mild, gentle formula that won't dry out skin. This is the water lily scent, but honestly I like all of the scents that they have. They are very nice. Dermatologist tested and recommended. So yeah, if you don't want to use Dove because of the price, go for Ivory. In regards to soap, you do not want to put highly fragrant soaps in your little kitty box. Okay, let's just be very clear on that. That is how you get yeast infections, that is how you get UTIs, that is how you get your pH thrown off and all of that. Do not do that. If you don't have like a low scent soap or something that's not heavily fragrant or something that's not fragrant free, do not put it down there. Just use water. And the reason why I like Ivory is because I can use it down there, I can use it all over my body, and I have no problems. And I've been doing that for years. In my 24 years of living, I've never had any issues with me smelling weird down there. I've never had any issues as far as yeast infections, UTIs, or anything like that. Like, I've clean bill of health, so I must be doing something right. I found that using heavily fragrant soaps do not smell well once I start to sweat. I hate it. So like the Bath and Body Works soaps or the ones from Victoria's Secret, I hate all of those. I do not use them whatsoever. And I honestly don't recommend that you use them either. So my first moisturizer that I like to use is Suave. This is their coconut hydrating lotion. And honestly, anything that has coconut or shea butter or anything, you know, that is for us like melanated people, I use it. I don't really care what the brand is. It says this has pure coconut oil in it, and this says hydrates and refreshes dry skin, non-greasy, and absorbs quickly. And I do agree that it definitely does that. This is not a lotion that makes me feel super greasy or weighed down or anything like that once I use it. Again, the fragrance is super light, but it's still, you know, you can still smell it. So the other lotion that I like to use, and something else that my mom put me onto, is the Dr. Teals. So this is the eucalyptus and spearmint. It has essential oils with cocoa butter, shea butter, and vitamin E. It says paraben and phthalate free moisture. And yeah, we all know how Dr. Teals is. This is super popular right now, and I'm not even saying that I use this just because it's popular, but it actually works and it's really good. Super moisturizing. Again, something that's not heavily fragranced, but still gets the job done. Still makes me feel really nice. And matter of fact, I put this on this morning when I took a shower, and I love the way it smells. Like, I feel like I smell fresh and clean. And then as far as deodorant, I use the brand Hello. And I actually found this at my local dollar store. And the reason why I like this is because it is a natural and vegan deodorant. So this is their sweet coconut, and it is made with shea butter. It says never tested on animals. There's no aluminum, no baking soda, no parabens, no brainer. 24-hour odor protection. I really like this deodorant. On the back it says hello, dermatologist tested, vegan, glides easily, and natural fragrance. Do not use deodorants that have the aluminum in them. I know that Dove has deodorants that are aluminum free now, which is good. Definitely get you aluminum free deodorants, because when you are using deodorants that have aluminum encourages the growth of tumors and can lead to breast cancer. So yes, it smells just like shea butter, and it smells so good. I like it, I love it, and I will say that I use this, and again, I sweat and I don't feel like, you know, I have any odors or anything like that. So yeah, I don't wear deodorant every day because I just don't feel like I need to. And part of the reason is because of how I take care of my body. I shower twice a day, so let's be very clear on that. And if I do find that I sweat or something like that, or if I know I'm going somewhere where I could potentially sweat, then I'll put on deodorant. But when I'm at home and I'm relaxing, I don't really wear deodorant. I don't have no smell at all whatsoever. Like, first of all, don't get in my comments playing on me, trying me at all whatsoever. Anybody that's ever been around me, anybody who knows me knows that I smell top tier. Like, let me tell you, I smell like shea butter and cocoa butter and freshness. Yeah. All right, so another thing that I like to use on my body is Nair. Now, I know people prefer waxing. I know some people that prefer shaving. I prefer to use Nair, and I use Nair on my armpits and I use it on my legs. I don't even grow hair on my legs. The only place I grow hair is on my lower calves. Like my thighs and my knees do not grow hair. But the hair that grows on my lower legs is super, super thick and it's annoying. So I'm too lazy to just sit there and shave it all off. And more importantly, you shave it off and it's like it comes back the next day. So I'm not gonna waste my time doing that because again, the hair is thick. So I'm not doing that. So that's why I like to use Nair. I put this on, leave it on for about 5-10 minutes, and boom, my legs is fresh. It lasts for like 2 months, and then I just do it over again. I could sit and get a tattoo all day. I could sit and get a piercing all day. But waxing, I don't know who lied, but that shit hurt. I don't care what y'all say. I've tried it over and over. I cannot do it. I can't do it, and I won't do it. I've had enough. The only thing that I can really get waxed is my eyebrows. But anything else, no, I'm good. Like I just Nair it. And this is the Soothing Aloe and Lanolin. I don't really care for the way that Nair smells. Like this, they say that this is aloe. They even have one that's shea butter, and I guess it's supposed to change the smell of it, but it all smells the same to me. It stinks. We all know that it does, but it works. So that's the reason why I like to use it. Because again, I don't like to get waxes or anything like that. I do shave. And we just use some simple razors. Something that doesn't really involve like my body, so to say, but it definitely involves my body. Wet wipes. Wet wipes. So I always use these when I'm going number 2, and I always use these when after I pee. I like these more than toilet paper because I just feel like I'm cleaner when I use wet wipes. That's just my personal preference. I don't feel like toilet paper does what it needed to do. So yeah, that's me. These are the Sherman Flushable wipes. This is the pack of 40. And usually when you go to Walmart or your local dollar store or whatever, they usually have these in a multi-pack. So you can usually get these like a pack of 3. And yeah, I always keep these stocked. Whether you're shaving or waxing, you do want to make sure that you are exfoliating. Exfoliation gets rid of the dead skin cells after you've had a wax or a fresh shave. And so you don't get any ingrown hairs, you don't get any pimples or anything like that, and just overall it just helps your body. Let's just say that it keeps you nice and soft and supple, you know, the good stuff. So my favorite body scrub is the Shea Sugar Scrub by Tea Tree Hut, as you can see. And this one is in the fragrance passion fruit and guava. So I like this sugar scrub because it smells like candy, and that is the reason why I pretty much like it. But then also it's really, really good. I think everybody knows about Tree Hut, honestly. As you can see, this is kind of, you know, messed up because it's always in the shower for when I need it. But yeah, this is my favorite exfoliator to use. I use this on my armpits, use this on my lady parts, I use this on my legs after I've naired or after I've shaved. And yeah, no ingrown hairs, keeps you nice and soft and supple, and you know, it's gonna get you right, girl. I'm just gonna get you right, period. All right, so that's pretty much all that I have for my body. I am going to go ahead and move into the last segment, which is my face. I kind of feel like I should have done my face after I did my mouth, but it's okay. First and foremost, the most important thing for your body, water. If you want clear skin, you don't want pimples, you don't want blemishes, you don't want breakouts, drink water. Honestly, water is probably the only thing that I drink, and it's not because I want clear skin, but it's just a habit. Even growing up as a kid, we didn't really drink a lot of sodas and juices because it wasn't in my house. It was just something we were taught from a young age, was to just drink a lot of water. Of course, I do have my juices every now and then I do have sodas. I'm not gonna say I don't drink them, but for the most part, 80% of what I drink is water. Every now and then I'll have some juice or soda, stuff like that, but always water. All right, so the next thing that I like to use for my skin is Cetaphil. I swear by Cetaphil. I have been using Cetaphil for years and it has never let me wrong. This is the only thing that I can say clears up my skin anytime that I have a blemish or a breakout. And I don't really have too many breakouts. I've always had pretty good skin because again, I was taught from an early age how to, you know, care for myself. But in regards to having like sensitive skin and dry skin, I will say that Cetaphil definitely helps with that. So like if I have a breakout up here somewhere or anything like that, I can use Cetaphil and the next morning it will be gone. And the most places that I do break out are usually right here after I get my eyebrows waxed, or up here on my forehead sometimes from like oil from my hair or like my bonnet or something like that. So if you're not using a facial cleanser that has an exfoliant in it, like the little beads or whatever, then definitely get you a face brush, because that's gonna help to exfoliate your skin. So the one that I use is this one here. This is the Olay Regenerous Advanced Aging Facial Cleansing Brush, and it says deeply cleans, effectively prepares the skin for your anti-aging routine. Again, I'm only 24, so that's not the reason why I bought this. I just bought it because I needed a new brush, because the one that I had, I lost it. And that was it. So yeah, but I got this one on Amazon. I'll link it below for you guys. And the reason why I got this one is because not only did it come with the brush, but it came with extra brush heads. So that is the reason why I chose to use it. I haven't opened up this box yet because I'm still on the one that the brush came with. So that's the reason why I got this. And there are 2 extra brush heads in here on top of the one that is already on the brush. And this is what the brush looks like. So this is it. It has very simple. You turn it on like that, and then it has the speed control, so you can go slow or you can put it on high. I like to use it on high because I really like to get in there and make sure, you know, I'm cleaning my face and getting rid of all the dead skin and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the brush that I use to clean my face. You don't need a super expensive brush to get your face clean. I don't think that. You can literally get something that's inexpensive, and I think just this pack alone was probably like $20 for the extra brush heads, the brush, and yeah, that's it. And it works perfectly fine. It's waterproof, so I do use it in the shower. Make sure that if you are using a facial brush that you are allowing it to air dry, because if you continue to leave it in the shower, the moisture from the shower will cause bacteria to grow on your brush head. So when you go back to wash your face, you're putting those bacteria on your face, so you're never going to see your skin clear up. So that is a major tip, is to make sure that you're allowing your brush to air dry, so you can leave it on the bathroom counter. I leave mine sitting on my dresser or whatever, and that is how I make sure that it's clean. I like to boil my brush heads as well to get rid of any bacteria or anything like that that might be on there, so that I don't necessarily have to change the head out. Honestly, those heads are just there in case I accidentally lose this one, or I just can no longer use it anymore, like the bristles start to fray or something like that. That's the time when you know it's time to change. The brush head is when the bristles start to fray and they're no longer nice and even. And all you do is pop this off, place it on the stove in a pot with some water, and then yeah, just boil it, and it will kill any bacteria that is on there. I just recently started to use is this Cetaphil Healthy Radiance Antioxidant Serum. So what this is actually a dark spot remover, and the reason why I got this is because, again, I had this super major breakout that happened up here on my nose a couple weeks ago, and I've been using this to get rid of that dark spot there because I hate it so much. And actually it's been working. I've been using it now for a couple of days, so I will say that's not like a long enough time to be able to see the difference, but I can definitely tell that there's a difference because this spot was a lot darker than this. If you watched like a previous video of mine where I talked about the modeling agency scam, you could definitely see that this was a lot darker than what it is now. So it's definitely working. And then also I had this dark spot here from a breakout that had happened a while back, and that is almost gone as well. So it's definitely working for me. But you know, it's only been a couple of days, but just in a couple of days I could definitely see a difference. But I am going to continue to use it, and I'll come back and I'll give you guys an update. They actually just came out with this line. It's actually brand new, and that's the reason why I chose to get it, because I already used the Cetaphil face wash, and so I know Cetaphil works, so that's the reason why I went ahead and bought this as well. And I think that I'm actually going to do a segment where I do a review on this whole entire line. So I am gonna actually go back and buy all of the other products that are part of this line, and I'm gonna do a review and tell you guys what I think about it. Aquaphor. So I use this on my tattoo. If you watch my tattoo vlog, then you know that. But then I also like to use this on my lips as well. If you read the back of it, it says that it helps dry, cracked skin, dry hands and cuticles, cracked heels and feet, chapped lips, minor cuts and scrapes, friction and burns, diaper rash, and drool rash. So overall, Aquaphor is good for just about everything, and I swear by it. I love it. Honestly, I prefer to use this over any other thing on my lips, and then I also like to use it on my body, again, for scrapes or anything like that, and then also my tattoos. So I actually just take a little bit, put it on my lips, and that's it. And it's shiny, just like if you have on lip gloss. I like this because it has no fragrance or anything like that. But then also I found that if I do have a point where my lips are dry or super cracked from it being chilly outside and all or whatever else we have going on with the weather, this literally clears that up for me. All right, and then another product that I do like to use on my face is the Indian clay mask. I haven't used that in a while because I really don't feel like I've really needed to. That's for if my skin is really breaking out and it's dulled out, and I need something to help me, you know, rejuvenate it. I feel like I really use that the most in the summertime, from when I'm sweating and all this other stuff. If I'm like going out and having fun, and you know, maybe I've been eating bad or something like that. I've had like fried chicken or fried foods and all of that. Those tend to give me a lot of breakouts. So if I'm having like a super major breakout and I've tried to clean my face and nothing is working, I will go ahead and do a face mask. I'm gonna put a picture here of what it is. I'm pretty sure you all have heard about this too as well. If you are watching this video, then I'm pretty sure you've watched somebody else's beauty video, so you know what product I'm talking about. And then with this, you can actually add coconut oil or jojoba oil or any kind of like facial oil to it to help with the process, because that clay mask is very drying, but it's meant to like pull all of the dirt and the impurities out of your skin so that it can revive your complexion. That's all that I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, be dangerous, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, I'm about to make him disappear. I don't wanna see no tears. This is only the beginning.